Hey everyone, I thought I'd pop on. My friend Erica just headed home. She lives about 3 hours south from where I'm at here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't know if you saw my video from earlier, but I have been in the health and fitness industry for 5.5 years, and I have been able to be connected with people from all across the US, Canada, because of what I do. And it's been so amazing. Somebody said yesterday to me that, that they were thinking about getting off the social media because, part of it was that she's really not into social media platforms, but she's like so negative, and it's all about perspective, because for me social media has brought amazing people into my life, and amazing new aha moments have been made because of the perspective from other people and the opportunities that have came into my life because I have openly shared my life. I have openly accepted people through social media. Like, I am so thankful for social media. Yes, it can be a negative place, but if you feel that it's a negative environment, you can change it. And I was thinking about how when I met Erica and we became friends on Facebook because we got hooked up through the company I represent, I had no idea that she would mean so much to me. But over the years, the last 18 months, we have gotten really close. And it's so funny because so many people really downplay their own self-worth and their value, that she said that coming here was like a non-negotiable, that she couldn't wait to meet me. She was excited, and that she was so thankful that I thought of her whenever I said I was coming here and that I was going to spend time. Whereas when I texted her a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I said, how far are you from Charlotte? She said 3.5 hours. And immediately right then I thought, well, that's, there's the end of that idea. Because in my mind, I started thinking, she's a teacher, she's a mom, she's not going to want to leave her family to drive 3.5 hours alone to meet me. And, that's all about self-worth. And I thought, there's no way. And she asked why, and I said, I'm going to be in Charlotte. I just wanted to know if, I could see you. And then she was like, oh, without a doubt. She's like, I'm coming. And I was floored, and I truly didn't even believe that I made a difference. And I thought that maybe she was just saying yes to make me happy. I don't know. Or I put her on the spot. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's so crazy how our brains go. And even though I have worked so hard on my confidence and changing the way I feel about myself and the way I look at myself, I still didn't allow myself to get super excited. And I was telling her this before she left. I'm like, because I just thought that something was going to change, that something was going to come up, and that I wasn't important enough, and I didn't get my hopes up. It wasn't until she called me this morning and was like, I'm on my way, that I got excited. And that just really shows that there's always work to be done, and that, our mind is just a tricky thing. Like, that I convinced myself that she wasn't going to come here. I had all the reasons planned out why, and a lot of that's a defense mechanism. Like, I thought that surely I'm not important, she's not going to come. I knew all the reasons, and I prepped my mind and my heart so that it wouldn't be devastating if she said no or if she didn't come. And I've been really forcing myself to just love wholeheartedly and not make those decisions for somebody or those assumptions, and to really realize my self-worth. And when she left, she told me, she was like, you mean so much to me. She was like, you have helped me when I have a bad day. I get up and I get moving. And not only is the fact that she's lost like 6 pant sizes and 80 pounds, but she was like, you made a difference in my life, and you make those days better, and I love following you, and it was like a dream come true meeting you. And I just think it's so funny, because when I was offered the opportunity to be in the role that I am in the health and fitness industry, I didn't think that I was worthy. I remember telling my coach, who opened up this opportunity to work with her, to be on her part of her tribe. I told her flat out, I'm like, I'm not going to inspire anybody. And I mean, if you look at who I was, what type of person I was, I didn't fit this role, but she believed in me. And I've had the ability to touch so many lives, and the ripple effect that's been caused. But I just thought, what if I had have just been a hard no, and no matter what my coach said, she couldn't have changed my mind. Think about the opportunities I would have totally passed up. I think about how my life would be different without these amazing people in my life, and that I'm so thankful that my coach didn't allow my immediate no to stop her, and that she believed in me, because I became somebody I never knew that I had the ability to be. And I'm still constantly learning. I'm still constantly working on my self-worth, my value, and it's a struggle every day. But the decision of stepping outside of my comfort zone, the decision to try something new, the decision to trust somebody and their belief system has done everything for me. And there's so many people out there who are so miserable with where they're at, but they're so convinced that there's no other way. And maybe health and fitness isn't for you, and maybe it isn't, but you never know unless you try. And you never know what you're capable of unless you try. And there's so much that's just changed about me. Like today, or yesterday, my coach and I are running this group about self-worth, self-confidence, getting rid of your limiting beliefs, and we're helping so many people by sharing the things that we've learned by working with life coaches, by doing personal development. And one of our first assignments was to do the love language test. And I don't know if any of you know about it, but you can go to lovelanguages.com and you can take this test. And it's so different because everybody loves different and everybody receives love differently. And so many people out there feel that people are heartless, that they don't love, they have no feelings. But a lot of times you just have love and show your feelings in a totally different way, and you express it. It's not just a difference between men and women. It's different, different for each person. But there's different ways that people show their love, or accept love, and it's words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and I can't remember what the other one was, but you answer these series of questions, and it's basically like, would you rather this or would you rather that? And then it gives you a score at the end of what is the most important. And so for me, words of affirmation have always been number one. And then when I took this test originally years ago, number two was gifts. And it's so funny, if you look at the way people show love is usually what's missing and what they want. And growing up, if you followed my story, I didn't have those words of affirmation, told to me. Like, I wasn't built up by my parents. And part of like how I say, oh, I'm always motivated by a challenge, it was because no one ever encouraged me the right way. Nobody said like, oh, you're amazing, you can do anything. And and there was no example set for me. Like, all I had was to go against the grain and to try to figure things out. And so in my mind, I've told myself that I'm only motivated by a challenge. I don't really believe that that's true. I said that the other day, but I really thought about it. I'm like, really don't believe that's true. I really think that was just the only way I've was ever motivated, because that was the only thing available. But I can get motivated other ways. But people love the way they want to be loved back. So oftentimes somebody will be showing love to you in ways that they're hoping that you'll show back, but you may be speaking a totally different love language. And it's funny because I also was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, so that means I never celebrated my birthdays or holidays, and I always went all out for anybody in my life because I wanted them to feel important, because I didn't have that. And since I've become a coach, I have so many connections with people all across, like I said, the United States, Canada, different places, and I have received gifts from these people that I mean something to them in their life. I'm always surprised when I receive gifts from people, because I'm like, oh, I matter that much to you? And so it's funny, when I retook this test, because I couldn't find my original numbers, and I wanted to share it with a group of people that I was asking them to do it, what mine was. And then I was like, whenever I retook the test, I was like, wow, gifts were way lower. It was always number two in a high score, because that's what I needed. And now that need's been filled, not by my parents or family necessarily, but it's been filled, that's not the most important thing. But now quality time is. And that's one thing that I've talked about since I've gotten sober. I've changed, the dynamics of the friendships that I have. And, most of my friendships are based like all across the U.S. That's why I'm here in North Carolina visiting a friend. And so those are the things that are the most important, is the words of affirmation. And that's something that I think will always be number one, because it's super important for me to give appreciation and kind words about the people that I love and that I care about, because I believe that people need to be built up. Children need to be built up, that it can make a big difference between how somebody turns out if they just have one caring person in their life. And but it's so different now how my priorities change. Like, I'm still the same person. I still, accept love, or have a hard time accepting love, and have a hard time giving love if I feel like I'm going to be hurt, but I'm working on it. And it's just, when I took that test, I just thought, wow, there's been about 3.5 years since I took it the very first time, and my priorities changed, my love language changed, my understanding for other people have changed. And so many people are convinced that you can't change, and that you're always going to be a certain way. Well, if that's what you believe, you are, but you can change the way you love, the way you accept love, the things that are important to you, the things that you desire. Those can change, but nothing will change if nothing changes in your life. If you don't change your scenery, if you don't change your mindset, if you don't change the people that you're associating with, if you don't change your day-to-day activities, if you don't change anything, you're right, your life will never change. And if you stay in this little box and you have this safety net of comfort, then you never know what is out there. And today I was just reminded of how amazing other people are, that I've been hurt, I've been left, I've been abandoned, and I could swap battle wounds and war stories when it comes to the things that my heart's been through. But I spent time with somebody today that I didn't think that I meant as much to them as they meant to me, but turns out I do. And we had so much in common, and yet so much different. But when we were talking about the things that we desire, the things that we struggle with, I pointed out to him, like, our struggles are universal. Even though the scenario might be different, the environment, the demographics might be different, we all struggle with the same things. When you really dissect every problem down, it always comes down to certain fears, or certain thoughts about having love taken away or security taken away. We all have the same thing. And so it's so nice to have people in my life that I can talk to about positive things, and even the negative things in life that we can't avoid, to realize that I'm not alone in this world, that I'm not the only one with problems, and that my problems aren't unique to just me. Everybody else struggles with them at any point in life. And so I really urge you, that there's so many people out there with guarded hearts. I see people who say that, animals are the only thing you can trust because people can't. And I get it. People have hurt you. I get that you've been burned by people. You've invested time and energy, money maybe, into people that didn't give back to you what you were looking for, what you were needing. But who's to say that they weren't loving you with their language, or loving you with what they had at the moment? But don't miss out on life. We weren't designed to be alone. We weren't designed to not have a tribe. We weren't designed to be you against the world. I mean, back in the day, survival was if you were in a clan, if you were in a tribe, if you were part of a community. And so many people have separated themselves from that, and because they've gotten hurt. But I really just urge you that let your wall down, let your guard down, because you might be missing out on some of the most amazing friendships, the ones that you never thought would ever transpire, or people that bring so much into your life. And so today I'm really thankful for the fact that I got to meet Erica in person, and that we clicked. We were together from I don't even know what time it is now. We were together for 6 hours. And if you were to walk in this house, you would think that we've been friends our whole entire life. And that may be what's missing in your life. If your life feels empty, purposeless, if you feel alone and sad, there's people out there who want to be your friend. There's people out there who want to be part of your life. And I'm sorry if the people that you've been surrounded with didn't see your worth, or that you didn't see your worth enough that you couldn't let go of those people that didn't treat you the way you deserve to be treated. So I just urge you to have an open mind and an open heart.